What's up, Algebra 2? Here we are with Unit 6, Day 1, nth roots. Okay, we've been working a lot with square roots and even worked a little bit with some cube roots. Okay, squares and square roots are opposite, so like 4 squared equals 16, but the square root of 16 goes in reverse, takes you down to 4. Okay, cubes and cube roots, let's look at 5. 5 cubed, 5 times 5 again, is 125. The cube root of 125 is 5. Had a lot of good questions today, a lot of questions about how am I supposed to remember all these cube roots? Okay, well, you're not necessarily supposed to remember that the cube root of 8 is 2. Think about 2 cubed is 8. So then when I get the cube root of 8, now I can think backwards and go to 2. So it's not like you're memorizing 2 sets of things or learning 2 sets of numbers. You're learning one, and you can go forwards and backwards. Okay, and it's called nth roots because it keeps going up. You can do 4th powers with 4th roots, 5th powers and 5th roots. Okay, 3 to the 4th power is 81. 4th root of 81 is 3. So it just keeps going up and up and up and up. Something to think about when we're simplifying today, roots divide the exponents. So if we see a square root sign, with the cube root and the 4th root and the 5th root and so on, you're going to get that little number on there. The square root, it doesn't put the little number on there, more as a time-saving mechanism there, because the square root is used most often. So I'm not going to put the little 2 there. If you don't see the 2, it's a square root. Okay, you're only going to put the 2 or the number there if it's something else. But really there's a 2 there. So you're going to take whatever power it is divided by 2, the power number divided by the root number. So the square root of x to the 6th, we're going to take that 6th power and divide it by 2, and that's going to simplify to x to the 3rd. Cube root of x to the 12th, take your power, 12, divide it by 3. We'll have 12 over 3. That's going to be x to the 4th. Okay, some example problems. If we're going to do the square root of 16, y to the 4th, we're actually going to do the numbers. The square root of 16 is 4. Okay, now the power one, we have y to the 4th, and we're doing a square root. So I'm going to divide that by 2. And then the 4th power divided by 2, we'll have 4y squared. Okay, this one's also tricky sometimes because kids see this parentheses and they try to do the square root of the x and the 3 and all of it. Okay, this is a whole quantity. Those parentheses are protecting that whole thing, treating it like one big group to the 8th power. We're doing the square root of that. So you're going to have that whole group to the 8 over 2. So x minus 3 to the 4th power. Okay, let's have you try the third one on your own. All right, so we're just going to take that cube root. We're going to divide these powers by 3. So we should have x to the 3rd. And then that group, x minus 3, 6 divided by 3, x minus 3, parentheses, squared. Okay, second row. 4th root of 81, x to the 12th. If you don't remember or know the 4th root of 81, look up on the top. It's up there. 4th root of 81 is 3, and then 12 divided by 4, that's going to be x to the 3rd power. Okay, go ahead and push pause and try the next 2 on your own. All right, welcome back. The cube root of 64, if we look up top, that should be 4. And then w to the 15th, that 15th power divided by 3, it's going to be w to the 5th. Square root of 121, that's not up there. Hopefully we remember that one. That's going to be 11. Okay, and we have a group to the 10th power, square root, 10 divided by 2. We're going to have that group to the 5th. Okay, let's do the, let's do the middle one. 4th root of 81 is going to be 3. And then this group, 8 divided by 4, we're going to have that group to the 2nd. 8 divided by 4 is 2. Got a challenge problem there with the 5th root. That's not even up on top. How are we going to do that? I think you can figure it out. And then over here we have a cube root. Go ahead and push pause and try to figure out those two. Okay, let's see how we did. Cube root of 8 is 2, and then we're dividing those exponents by 3. So we'll have x to the 3rd and w to the 4th. Okay, over here I'm going to guess that we did a pretty good job with the letters, the variables. 25 over 5 is 5, 10 over 5 is 2. Now what are we going to do with the 5th root of 32? Okay, as you can see, when we start getting these exponents bigger and bigger and bigger, the numbers climb really quick. Okay, 2 to the 4th is 16. One more 2, 16 times 2 would be 32. So once you start getting up to these bigger ones, it's probably going to be some power of like 2 or 3. Okay, so check those 2s and 3s first. All right, or we can also, if it's a nice one, if it works out nice, we can use our calculator. Okay, push math, and then we're looking for the X root button, the 5th option. All right, and then we get a little blank root thing. So we can put that 5th root up there, and then arrow down inside the radical and put 32, 2. All right. Let's say you don't have that kind of calculator. Let's say you have our yellow calculators here at school and you're borrowing one of those. Okay, for these, you have to have the root number typed in already. So if we're doing the 5th root, I'm going to push the 5 first. And then it's still math, X root. See, and then it takes that 5 and pulls it up top. And now I can do that 32. Ta-da! Okay. All of the answers today should work out nice because we're getting the concept down. It's just n throughs of things that work out. And then the next 2 days, we work on things that don't work out perfect. All right. So enjoy the nice answers today because they won't be perfect the next 2 days. Thanks for watching and good luck.